Welcome to the Senior Estate Concierge Show. At Senior Estate Concierge, our mission is to bridge the gaps in the senior services industry and provide a highly compassionate, trusted, and caring team of professional solution providers and resources for seniors and families dealing with life changes and challenges. Find us online at seniorestateconcierge.com.
Senior Estate Concierge podcasts are designed to be informational and educational while featuring trustworthy service providers, and are also made possible through the support of a select group of sponsors. When seeking in-home care service for seniors, those with disabilities, illness, or recovering from injury or surgery, there are many factors to consider. At Home Helpers, they are dedicated to providing exceptional in-home supportive services that prioritize the well-being and independence of your loved ones. Their in-home care team is here to answer all these questions and more during a free, no-obligation in-home care assessment. Contact Emily Ring at ering@homehelpershomecare.com or call 713-203-2178. Hi, this is Gail Stolzenberg with the Senior Estate Concierge and another podcast about our members, featuring Troy Williams of Oasis Senior Advisor and leader of the Senior Estate Concierge Northwest Chapter. Troy, tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, thanks for asking, Gail. Before Oasis Senior Advisors, which I've been owning and running now for 5 years in the Northwest Houston area, I was in electronics manufacturing and aftermarket service for about 28 years. That would be with companies like Hewlett-Packard, Compaq Computer Corporation, AT&T, in various roles throughout 28 years. And so that's my current background. I come with a little bit of a technical aspect, project management experience, operations management as well.
Okay. And where did you start out? Where were you born?
Oh my gosh. That's the earliest start there is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm originally from Cheyenne Wells, Colorado.
Oh.
So think of that as the Central Plains. Would have been in the 1930s, would have been the Dust Bowl, right? Central up to the Dust Bowl. And so, but I was only there for a few years, but I was raised in Central Texas near Austin.
That's very interesting. I started out in Nebraska and I moved to Austin, Texas when I was about 12 years old.
Yeah.
So tell us about what prompted you to start Oasis Senior Advisors.
So I was in between jobs for about a year. And so during that time, as I was rebuilding my professional network and my personal network, I was really doing a lot of networking with small business owners in the Tomball, Texas area. That's where my home is. That's where I office from. And so I really wanted to do something to serve the community. I wanted to serve families right there in that area. And my second goal was I wanted to serve folks in urgent or critical need. I had been pursuing some medical device manufacturers for employment just because of my technical background. Also, some of the hospital systems with the quality and process improvement background. Those just weren't coming fast enough for me. And so I was introduced to Oasis and then one other franchise through a friend of a friend. And got to looking at it and thought, I could meet my two goals of serving folks locally in my community. That's face-to-face. And then those in more urgent or critical need right here as well through Oasis Senior Advisors. And that's why I chose it. I get to be in front of families just about every day.
Oh, that's great. Well, I know that I visited your Northwest chapter and seeing what an outstanding job you've done in organizing it and so on. And what you just told me tells me one of the reasons why it works that way. So tell us.
Yeah, but we have a great membership that are very engaged, and have learned to be really good partners over time.
Right. So what actually got you involved with the Senior Estate Concierge?
Wasn't a what, it was a who.
Ah.
So Chris Parmeter, who actually at that time was running a companion service called Happier at Home. I met Chris at my very first networking event, very first one. And he was already a member of the Senior Estate Concierge before there were chapters. And it was all one, local chapter. We met down off of Blaylock and I-10, and got me plugged in the month after I started, and I bought in right away. For me, the benefit then, and to a degree still, is that I had no connections in the industry, none whatsoever. So I was starting completely fresh. The Senior Estate Concierge gave me immediate access to 60 individuals, just instantly. Right. And so you go through all the introductions and the networking that goes on and the one-to-ones that we take place and getting to know folks and their businesses. I learned more from the Senior Estate Concierge members, in the first 3 months than I probably would have taking classes or, going to seminars.
Boy, that's fantastic. I just saw Chris the other day. Yep. Great connection there. Home Watchers Caregivers of Katie's team provides personal support, ensuring comfort, dignity, and love for your loved ones and peace of mind for you. Their daily specialized care services, tailored to meet individual needs, offers a trusted solution for quality in-home care. You and your family deserve the best. Call 832-678-4924 or go to www.homewatchcaregivers.com/Katie. I know how devoted you are to taking care of seniors and their families. Tell us a little bit about the Oasis Senior Advisors. Specifically, what do they do for seniors and their families?
Okay, yeah, there are two main services that we provide. Both of them are at no charge to families. The first one, which is where we really are compensated and make our money, it's where the business is built, is finding the right senior living community for a senior or through a family for their senior. And that can be anything from independent living to assisted living, secure memory care in all of its various formats throughout the greater Houston area. And the second is really just making sure that folks who are staying at home can age there successfully. So bringing all the right resources around them that they need, again, to be successful. And that can be folks that I call my puzzle pieces. I use the puzzle metaphor quite a bit. Yeah. And I do that in the Senior Estate Concierge. And so the folks that are our members that I partner with, those are our puzzle pieces in a lot of cases where folks just want to stay home and be successful at home. So we bring those resources around them to make sure that can happen. That can be anything from, which we also use in locating the right senior living community. That can be an elder law attorney, might be a home health care agency, might be hospice. And various financial planning, advising, you name it, making sure they get what they need. So those are the two main categorical services that we provide. Yeah.
What would you say to someone that might be interested in Senior Estate Concierge about the benefits that they would receive from it?
Well, I would initially kind of come back to my experience. I think that anyone who wants to put the effort in to learning more about the industry, because every agency, if you were to use a category less like private duty or home care, and there's a lot of those in Houston as an example. And so someone who can stand apart, I think having a reliable service that you can trust and refer to, I think they're going to learn how to build their own network of trusted services and solutions. And I think really the sort of the satisfaction of being a part of the Senior Estate Concierge is, again, being really one of those puzzle pieces. You know that you've become part of the solution, one of the services for a family. And that probably brings just as much satisfaction as making any money in building your business will bring as well.
Is there any particular category that you're looking for at this time for the Northwest chapter?
The list is longer than just one. I think initially we've had some fluctuation, some attrition in various services. Elder law attorneys right now, we really need those to participate. I think one of the main challenges for folks is to be participating, not just in our monthly chapter meetings. That's important, but participating outside those. Those can be in the one-to-ones. Those can be in the referrals, and just working on behalf of a family, let's say. We've had more recently, I think, a visitor with handyman services. Mm-hmm. I think, one or two of those would be helpful to have. These wouldn't necessarily be construction types as it is just simple services in the home, again, that help folks be successful. I think we've got room for another hospice agency. I know that for a fact, but the list it goes on. Right? And we always encourage visitors, even if we're basically full on a particular agency type or category, just come visit anyway, right? Because you never know if something opens up. Plus, you get to know us.
Well, I can tell you from personal experience that it is a great experience to visit your chapter. So I know you're a very busy individual, but I'm assuming you have a little bit of spare time. What do you do outside of the workplace?
It's a great question. For the first 5 years, really, of running the company, it was really not much. Sleeping became not necessarily a priority, but more of a hobby. I'm pretty involved in my church. So about a year into my business, I was introduced to the Right Care Senior Ministry. So I lead that ministry at my church, and so that keeping those wheels turning keeps me busy. After about 6.5 years of not playing tennis, I've picked up the racket again. And so I started playing just once a week, starting light and easy. I don't want to have to dial 911 for anything. And so, but have started playing tennis again. So that's currently, and just involved at my church a little bit. So other than that, those are the things right now that I do outside of work. Great hobbies.
So when our listeners want to get in touch with you, what would be the best phone number, email address, website to get in contact with you, Troy?
The Oasis Senior Advisors local website would be oasisssenioradvisors.com /NW, as in Northwest, Houston, NW-Houston.com. That'll get you onto our webpage, which will give you the phone number to call, which would be mine. It's 832-820-9951. And an email address that you can also reach out to would be twilliams@youroasisadvisor.com.
Excellent. Okay. So that concludes our interview with Troy Williams. For more information on the Northwest chapter or the other 5 chapters of Senior Estate Concierge, go to seniorestateconcierge.com or contact me, Dale, at seniorestateconcierge.com.
Have you ever thought about doing your own podcast? It is the absolute best way to grow your brand, spread your message, and build your following. Fresh Media Works can help. We do all the heavy lifting, and you just focus on your message. To find out how easy we can make launching your new podcast, call 713-269-4620 or check us out at freshmediaworks.com.